जय हिंद एवरीवन, वेलकम टू इंटेलेक्ट। हम इस चैनल पर हर रोज मॉर्निंग में एक एक टॉपिक का सुपर फास्ट रिवाइज करेंगे क्योंकि टाइम कम है, एग्जाम पास है। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। व्हाट इज द स्टडी ऑफ पास्ट कॉल्ड हिस्ट्री? हु स्टडीज द पास्ट? हिस्टोरियन। व्हाट इज द स्टडी ऑफ ओल्ड ऑब्जेक्ट? आर्कियोलॉजी। हु स्टडीज द इंस्क्रिप्शन? एपिग्राफिस्ट। What are old written records called? Manuscript. What language were most ancient manuscripts written in? Sanskrit. What are handwritten books called? Manuscript. What are the remains of building and object found in during excavation called? Artifacts. What is the name of river around which early civilization developed? Indus. What is the name of ancient land where the Vedas were composed? Saptasindhu. Who were the earliest people? Hunter gatherers. What did hunter gatherers collect? Food. What were tools made of in the stone age? Stone. Which stone was used to make tools sharper? Quartzite. What is the earliest period of history known as? Paleolithic. What is the period between Paleolithic and Neolithic called? Mesolithic. What is the last phase of Stone Age called? Neolithic. Where did the early humans live? Caves. What did the early humans use to hunt? Tools. What was the discovery that changed early human life? Fire. Who were the first farmers? Neolithic people. What is the process of taming animals called? Domestication. Which grain was first grown in Mehergarh? Wheat. What were early houses made of? Mud. What is a site with early farming evidence? Mehergarh. Which animal was first domesticated? Dog. What tool helped in farming? Plough. What did people use for storing grain? Granaries. What were early containers made of? Clay. Which lifestyle began after farming? Settled. Which civilization had the earliest cities? Harappan. What was the main building material in Harappan cities? Bricks. What was the public bathing area in Mohenjo-daro? Great Bath. What system was developed for waste drainage? What were the Harappan seal made of? Stone. What script did Harappan use? Pictographic. What was the main occupation of Harappans? Farming. What animal was commonly seen in Harappan seal? Unicorn. What were Harappan beads made from? Carnelian. Which metal used in Harappan tools? Copper. What is the name of oldest Veda? Rig Veda. In which language is Rig Veda written? Sanskrit. What is the collection of hymns called? Samhita. Who composed the Vedas? Rishis. What were early Vedic people known as? Aryans. What was used for war and transport in Vedic times? Chariot. Where were megaliths found? Deccan. What is the study of burial skull? Osteology. What does burial suggest? Belief. What is a large stone used for burial called? Megalith. What is the rule by a king called? Monarchy. Who was the head of the kingdom? Raja. What was the tax paid by people called? Bali. Who chose the rulers in a republic? People. What was the main occupation of Janapadas? Farming. What were the larger kingdoms called? Mahajanapada. What was the capital of Magadha? Rajgira. Which river was important for Magadha? Ganga. Which Mahajanapada had a republic system? Bhaji. What was used to strengthen the army? Elephants. Who founded Buddhism? Buddha. Where was the Buddha born? Lumbini. What is the first ceremony of Buddha called? Dharmachakra Pravartana. Who founded Jainism? Mahavir. What is the religion of Mahavir called? Jainism. What is the ultimate goal in Buddhism? Nirvana. What was Buddha's real name? Siddhartha. What does Upanishad mean? Sitting near. What is the language of Jaina text? Prakriti. What does the word Tirthankar mean? Teacher. Who was the most famous Mauryan ruler? Ashoka. Who founded the Mauryan Empire? Chandragupta. Who was the Ashoka's grandfather? Chandragupta. What battle changed Ashoka's life? Kalinga. What religion did Ashoka follow after war? Buddhism. What are Ashoka's messages called? Edicts. What script was used in inscription? Brahmi. What were the official of Ashoka's called? Dhamma Mahamat. What is the symbol of Ashoka seen on Indian currency? Land capital. Where is the land capital located? Saranath. What is an iron tool used for plugging? Plugshare. What is the metal used for coins? Punchmarked. What is the name for a rural landowner? Grihapati. What were large landowners called? Bhelars. What were ordinary plugmen called? Ujjabher. Who wrote Tamil poems? Sangam poets. What were early trade centers called? Pattinam. What is another name for craftsmen in early towns? Srenis. Where was a famous northern trade city? Mathura. What is a marketplace called in Tamil? Angadi. What is the term for trade route? Silk route. Who brought Buddhism to Sri Lanka? Mahendra. What was the Greek ruler who met an Indian king? Megasthenes. What is the name of the Chinese Buddhist pilgrim? Phayan. What is the book written by Phayan? Po Yoki. Who ruled during the golden age of trade? Guptas. What was the center of Buddhist Buddhist learning Nalanda? What was the southern empire known for trade? Cholas. What were ships used for trade called? Boats. What were traders who travel long distance called? Caravans. तो दोस्तों ये थी आज हिस्ट्री का 100 शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर एनी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन। इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग, अगर ये वीडियो आपको इन्फॉर्मेटिव लगा है तो लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना। मिलते हैं कल मॉर्निंग में एक नए टॉपिक के साथ, तब तक के लिए जय हिंद।